What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with a 20-minute total core workout. This is probably the longest core workout I've ever shared on here. I'm honestly a little bit nervous, but we have got a bunch of new exercises today, some things I've never shared on here before, paired into circuits. Each circuit will target a slightly different part of your core, because remember, it's important to develop a balanced core. We're not just focusing on those front of core six-pack muscles, we're also targeting the deeper core, the obliques, the pelvic floor, all of those muscles we're gonna hit with today's workout. I will explain the form as we go, so for now, all you need is yourself, your body, a bit of room to move around, as well as your optional team band. The team bands have arrived in our warehouses. They are ready to ship. We've got new and improved shipping options, so if you're international or you didn't get your band during the pre-order, we got you, all right? We do have limited amounts. We're working to stock more, but we're doing our best for now. So for all of the details about launch, we'll be launching in the next week or so. I'll put that down below in the description box, including info for how to get on the wait list so that you get first access to launch before anybody else. All right, otherwise, if you're ready to get started, make sure to shoot me a thumbs up and let's get into it. Getting into our first circuit, we're gonna be starting with a series of bent leg side planks. So for our first exercise, we're just gonna bend our legs like this, elbow under our shoulder, come up into a side plank, adjusting until you are comfortable. You may have to wiggle around a little bit. If you're using a band, keep a light pressure here for me. We're going to extend out and crunch, and out and crunch. That'll be the first exercise. The second one, we're going to stay up in a side plank hold the entire time, keeping a slight pressure against the band if you're using one. We're going to go from here to here, here to here, as we rotate in with each rep. The final exercise will combine elements of the previous two, so we'll be going starting with that crunch, out, and then rotating in. So it's really just putting the previous two exercises back to back. That's gonna be our first circuit. We will be getting going in just about 20 seconds. If you are using a band for today's workout, I'd actually recommend maybe putting it a little bit higher up your thighs than I currently have it. Because just testing those now, they feel kind of tough. So I'm gonna move my band up and get into starting position, because we will be getting going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do this. Give your arm a quick stretch so that elbow and shoulder don't get too locked up. Just tap it back and forth to shake it out, and come back up right into that next exercise, the rotating side plank. Again, shaking that arm out with me. Just give me a little tap, a little circle before we go into our final exercise of this first circuit, combining the previous two exercises, because we're off.
I think about you all the time, so I pretend. See you in the mirror every now and then. Every night I'm back into your arms again. Dancing in the shadows of my sleep.
If you need to adjust, don't worry about it. Just go right back up and finish strongly. like that, we have got a minute 30 before we switch on over to the other side for this exercise. So I'm just gonna roll on over if you want before getting down into that side plank position. Stretch out your wrists, stretch out your arms, stretch out your shoulders. I know that they can get a little bit stiff in that side plank, but as a reminder, the way that these exercises will look, if you want to give them a little practice before we get going, is we'll be down in a side plank. We're going to bend our knees as I have here. The first exercise is going to be a side plank crunch. So what we're going to do is pressing up into side plank, finding your balance, extending that leg out, extending the top arm up, and crunch. If you have a band, you should really feel this not only through that oblique, but also through those hip and glute muscles. Crunch and out, crunch and out. The second exercise will be a rotating plank. If you're using a band, I'd like you to keep a little bit of pressure, again, to get those hip muscles involved. So we'll be up in our side plank, find your balance, a little bit of pressure. If you want to do straight leg, bent leg, doesn't matter. And we're going to be going. Rotate in and back up. In and back up. And you can keep your leg bent if that's easier for you. And then, as a reminder, the final exercise will put those previous two together. Remember, you can shake out your elbow, shake out your shoulder anytime you need, because we are off.
Somewhere above the city lights, you're falling in love. Still aware, you know it is true that you are lost and this is a clue. Love is forever, love is forever. To believe you gotta let go. Light as a feather, light as a feather.
All right, let's shake out that shoulder, give me some little sweep, some little arm circles here, then right into that next exercise, the rotating side plank.
With the music still in your ears, you're on your way to conquer your fears. In this dream of your own desire, love is forever. To believe you gotta let go.
All right, give me another little arm sweep. Give that elbow and shoulder a rest before we put those previous two exercises together to finish this circuit strong. So up into the side plank, starting with that nice crunch. There we go. Back to the starting position, up, and rotate in. Like that, we have made it through another circuit of this workout. So we have now got a minute 30 on the clock before we move into our next circuit, which is going to be more focused on front plank, front of body movements. So I'm going to do a spin around. Our first exercise in this circuit will be a loaded bear to roll down plank. So if you're using a band, I'd actually recommend keeping it probably right where you have it right now, about mid-thigh. What we're gonna do is get into our starting position, flex those toes under, shift your weight back. So we're back here in a loaded bear. What we're gonna do from here is leading with our hips, bring those hips up. As soon as your hips are as high as they can go, pull your belly button in, tuck your head down, and as if you're rolling one part of your spine at a time, roll it forward to a full plank, just like this. To that full plank, load up the bear, roll it up, starting with the hips, then the belly button, then vertebrae by vertebrae in your spine and repeating. If you are wearing a band, I would like you to pull it apart when you go down to the loaded bear position and then bring it together as you roll forward with the plank. This will help create tension throughout your core to deepen that contraction. The second exercise will be loaded bear to mountain climber, just like that. And then the final exercise will combine the previous two. All right, we're gonna go on right hacking down. Let's do this. Let's keep those contractions strong. Mind-muscle connection is when you're off. Give those wrists a quick shake for me, because we are going right into the loaded bear to mountain climber. So getting back into that loaded bear, and as we come forward, knee to elbow, just like that. All right, shake those wrists, shake those arms out quickly, because then we're gonna combine the loaded bear to roll down climber, just like this. So loading it back, rolling it forward as we do, lifting one leg, and repeat, alternating sides as we go. Taking a break to shake out your arms if you need to, getting right back to it. And like that, we have made it through another circuit in this workout. I swear that one got my arms just as much as it got my core, but I'm feeling like a really good burn down here in my lower abs, which is awesome. So for this next circuit, what we're gonna do, this is difficult, I apologize in advance. I'm gonna move my band up maybe like 1 inch or 2 inches, because this is tricky even just with body weight. But our first exercise is going to be a seated alternating leg raise. So what I want you to do is your best posture, lifting through the chest, lifting through the ribs, hands planted on the ground. We're going to alternate here and here and here and here. Now I know this might feel weird. I know that you might not have a ton of flexibility through your legs. It just has to be a little lift. And if you're having trouble with it, think of pulling your belly button in every time you lift your legs. So it can be kind of like that, as if you're doing a crunch but sitting up. The second exercise, what we're going to be doing is maintaining this position, keeping the core tight. I'm just going to scooch forward a little bit. We're going to rock onto our back. So same position, but back here to an alternating dead bug. So what we're going to do is big inhale. Then as we exhale, we're going to lower opposite hand with opposite leg. If this is too difficult, keep the leg bent, pulling against the resistance band with this leg to deepen the contraction. Final exercise, we'll combine the two. We'll be rocking back and forth for a crazy burn because we are off. Okay, what I want you to do is arms up by your ears, keeping the belly tight. Rock it back for me, right into that alternating dead bug. So opposite hand, lowers with opposite leg. If you have a band, I want you to resist that bottom leg pulling your top one down by squeezing back towards your belly with this leg, helping you deepen that core contraction. Okay, the last exercise is going to combine the previous two, so what we're going to do, follow along with me. Lift, lift, arms up, belly tight, rock it back. We're going to do 1 rep, 2 rep, arms by the ears, rock it up, and repeat, alternating each side, each position, keeping that belly tight as we alternate through our positions. And like that, we have made it through another circuit. That might actually be one of the most fun core circuits I've done in a bit. I really liked the rocking back and forth. But what we've got next is a crazy wild finisher that we're gonna do. It will be single-sided, so we'll do one side, we'll have a very short rest, then we'll do the other side to just absolutely burn out, demolish your core. So what we're gonna do, starting on the ground with the right side, see how my back is arched? What I want you to do is push into the ground with the left leg. So the left leg is straight, we're pushing down into the ground. Feel your glutes squeeze. Now that your glutes are squeezed, pull that belly button in and tuck your hips up. This is gonna help deepen our core contraction. First exercise, our arms are pushed into the ground. We're coming up, just like this. The second exercise, we're going to lift just our shoulders off the ground, bring our hands behind our head. Our right leg is up. We're doing an oblique crunch, just like this, nice and short range, good control, still pressing down through the left glute and the left leg that's on the ground. Final exercise, we're gonna come all the way up to a seated position, still pushing down through that left leg, and we're going to go a nice little knee tuck, just like this. We're going to do those back to back, little rest, and then we're gonna do it all over again on the left side. You do have this, you will get this, it will burn, but we will make it through because we are off.
Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up.
Okay, shoulders up, hands behind the head. Nice little oblique crunch for me. Still pressing down through that leg that's on the ground. Okay, bring it up to seated for me, right into that knee tuck.
Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of
Okay, we have got a very nice, a very generous 30 seconds. I was gonna make it only 15, but I looked at that timer and I thought, you know what? We're gonna need 30 seconds rest. So we've got just under 20 seconds left before we repeat that all on the left side. So as a reminder, we're gonna be starting laying down, back flat. This time our right leg is staying on the ground, left leg is moving. Keep that right leg firmly pressed down into the ground, glutes engaged so that we can tuck that belly button and deepen our core contraction because we are off. Lifting the left leg.
But I'm not done. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up in the name of love. I'm not giving up yet on you. In the name of love. In the name of love.
Okay, lifting the shoulders up. Coming into that nice little oblique crunch for me. Okay, sit it all the way up. Give me that knee tuck, staying strong. I know it's tough. Whew. And like that, you've made it through another total core workout. This is actually probably one of the tougher ones we've done. This is definitely one of the longer core workouts we've done on this channel. I don't typically do them this long, so definitely let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you like the longer core workouts, or if maybe you prefer like the 5 or 10 minute ones. I'm always curious, I always want to know. I personally have been trying to put more of an emphasis on my core strength lately, as for so long I neglected it. For so long I just got lazy with training abs, and it definitely started catching up with me. So I hope you enjoyed this workout. I always love working out with you. If you enjoyed this, definitely shoot me a thumbs up, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.